This used to sound like a myth, an old epic tale, or the fancy of alchemists in the Middle Ages. Eternal youth is a condition in which the human body does not age. The skin stays smooth, the organs work like they would age 20, and the brain is as active and inquisitive as a child's. Millions of scientists, Chinese emperors, Spanish conquistadors, and Egyptian priests all worked for this aim over the millennia, from Nobel laureates to mystics. However, we are already approaching the edge of what was formerly thought to be impossible for the first time in human history, thanks to an incredible partnership between Japanese science and the US tech behemoth NVIDIA. There is a game with time and a triumph over aging. An ambitious initiative named Regenesis was introduced in Kyoto in 2022. For nearly 2 years, it was kept secret from the public. It was supported by a number of organizations, including the Kyoto University Biocomputing Center, RIKEN, and private foundations, in addition to Japanese government agencies. But most importantly, a company, NVIDIA, whose name has become synonymous with artificial intelligence, joined the initiative. It all began with a simple question. What if aging is not a random event, but a mistake that can be corrected? Scientists drew on billions of biological data points, including genomes, proteomes, histological slices, medical images, and the results of hundreds of thousands of blood, DNA, and RNA analyses. Instead of processing them manually, they built an AI system capable of detecting patterns never before visible to humans. This system was codenamed Amaterasu, after the Japanese sun goddess who brings light and life. Amaterasu is not just a neural network. It is a quantum-inspired hybrid system, launched on an array of NVIDIA GPUs using the Blackwell B200 architecture, enhanced by experimental photonic chips developed in Japan. This allowed it to analyze not only textual and numerical data, but also molecular interactions in real time. It observed how cells age, how their membranes change, which proteins accumulate with time, how mitochondria degrade, and most importantly, why. Within the first 6 months, Amaterasu processed more than 128 million individual medical profiles, from Japanese centenarians living in Okinawa to patients with rare genetic anomalies in clinics across Europe and the United States. It searched for patterns, and in the year 2023, for the first time in the history of bioinformatics, it identified a sequence later called the Y loop, a closed cycle of interactions between proteins FOXO3, CLOTHO, and NAD. As shown by the AI, this cycle could be restarted. It was a revolution. In essence, Amaterasu discovered that aging is not a linear process, as previously thought, but a loop triggered under certain conditions. Stress, nutrition, genes, and environment, all of these factors influence the activation of the cycle. But if those parameters are altered, the loop can be reset. In other words, the body can remember what it was like at 25 and begin to behave accordingly. This is not just life extension. This is biological rejuvenation. Then came the experiments, first on cells, then on tissues, then on animals, and at every stage, the findings were confirmed. Time could be reversed. The skin of mice treated with a molecular complex developed under AI supervision became 40% denser. Hair began to grow again. The heart started functioning like that of a young specimen. But the most astonishing change occurred in the brain. After administration of the so-called REY formula, specially adapted for each organism, the AI recorded a restoration of neural activity to levels previously observed only in juveniles. Memory, reaction speed, and even emotional responses. Everything began to change. Time moved backward. By the year 2024, the first closed human trials began. The participants were volunteers, elderly individuals aged 70 to 80 years, freed from severe illnesses. 60 days after receiving the formula and following a diet selected by the AI, their skin began to change its structure. New collagen fibers appeared. Age spots disappeared. Vascular elasticity improved by 28%, but most importantly, 7 out of 10 participants demonstrated actual rejuvenation at the cellular level. Their biological age, measured using Horvath's epigenetic clocks, decreased by 15 to 20 years. This was not an illusion. It was confirmed in the laboratory. The world began to understand. We are standing at the threshold of a new era. What makes this project truly unique is the symbiosis between humans and artificial intelligence. Amaterasu does not merely collect data. It learns from every organism. Each new trial participant teaches the AI how to better select formulas. Every cell becomes part of the algorithm. This is not medicine. This is an artificial biological mind created to conquer aging. Currently, the Amaterasu system operates in 6 bio-institutes across Japan. It is already connected to DNA cryo-storage facilities, hundreds of biobanks, medical data registries, and satellite environmental monitoring systems. Its mission over the next 2 years is to create a fully personalized rejuvenation formula for every individual. And it will not be just a cream or a pill. It will be a system, from nutrition to sleep, from gut microbiome to hormonal balance. Everything will be calculated by AI, individually with millimeter-level precision. One of the project's most extraordinary goals is to stop apoptosis, the natural self-destruct program of cells. Amaterasu discovered that with precise modulation of the genes p53, SIRT1, it is possible not only to slow down apoptosis, but also to trigger a process in which old cells do not die but return to an active state. This means degenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and even certain cancers could potentially be avoided. Moreover, telomere shortening, long considered the main cause of aging, can be significantly slowed. This is no longer science fiction. It is the first version of eternal youth. But as always, the question arises, what comes next? How will the world respond if humans can live 120 to 150 years in the body of a 30-year-old? How will the economy change? Psychology? Politics? These questions are already being discussed in private laboratories. Some corporations are rumored to be ready to invest tens of billions of dollars to secure exclusive access to Amaterasu. NVIDIA has already registered patents for a new generation of chips designed for real-time biointerpretation, aimed at integrating AI molecular analysis systems into clinics and private homes. This means that in the future, everyone may have their own personal AI doctor monitoring aging in real time. And this is only the beginning. Scientists in Japan are already discussing the next phase, neurogenetic self-repair, when the body itself rolls back to a younger state, autonomously restarting youth processes without external intervention. This could mean the complete disappearance of the concept of old age as we know it. And at that point, we will have truly crossed the point of no return. The world is on the brink of a new era, an era in which aging will no longer be the norm, where AI will not just be an assistant, but a guide to a new biological reality, where 90 years will no longer be the end, but the middle of the journey. And all of this has become possible thanks to the relentless determination of Japanese scientists and the power of NVIDIA, artificial intelligence. This is not merely a scientific breakthrough. This is a reboot of human history. And there you have it. Japan's groundbreaking innovation could completely redefine the future of skincare and aging. What do you think about this never-aging human skin? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, so you never miss out on the latest breakthroughs in science and technology. The future is arriving faster than we think, and it might just be wrinkle-free. Stick around, because the next revolution could be just one click away. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.